I'm not gonna lie to you. You're in deep. I'm gonna try all the legal gymnastics I can to get that recording thrown out, but I don't see that happening.
I want to talk to Claire.
You've done quite enough of that
Diane,
already.
if I talk to her, I can get through to her.
No, I'm not gonna let you incriminate yourself further. I know you find it very hard to accept this, but you have no particular power or influence over that woman. In fact, she used your trust to put you here.
I pay you, right? It's my call, Diane.
God. My client would like to speak to you. Yes?
Diane, hello.
Fine.
Look at me. Claire. I'm innocent.
Oh, I love a girl who's the light packer.
You must love me then.
Well, I do. And, you know, I can wait around if you'd like to throw together another bag or two.
What are you talking about? This is perfect. I have no appropriate outfit, so if anyone tries to come and force me to do an appearance, it's impossible.
Not happening.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for asking me.
Hmm. Huh.
La la la.
Let's do it.
You bringing this?
You can take my jacket. Thank you. You can wear it if you want.
Like high school?
Totally.
Johnny pulled a gun on me.
You're speaking to me without counsel, knowing that I can have a tape recorder
waive my rights.
and use it.
I waive my rights.
I can and will use anything you say against you.
I don't care. I just want you to know the truth. I was walking to my restaurant, turned around. Johnny pulled a gun on me, had his gun pointed to my chest, and he said he was going to kill me.
Then why is Johnny the one in the hospital with a hole in his chest?
Because he took too long to pull the trigger, so I took my gun out and shot him in self-defense.
Very compelling. You count on that, don't you? I mean, you assume that you can play on any woman's sympathies. I mean, you're doing that right now. You think you can manipulate me?
Claire, Johnny had a gun. Someone is framing me.
I am not the one who put those words in your mouth, Sonny. You wanted and admitted that you wanted Johnny dead. And you acted on that intent. That defines premeditation.
I didn't do it. You know me, Claire.
I'm sorry. This game is over, and you tried to play me, and you lost.
Oh, I wish I did. Johnny Zakara is unconscious. Actually, he's in critical condition. So even if he wanted to back up your story, which I would highly doubt, he ain't talking. Claire Walsh was thoughtful enough to come forward with a recording which proves premeditation
It was
on your
self-defense.
on your part. There is no indication that John Zakara had any kind of a weapon or that he threatened you in any way. So, no. Sonny, good news? No, there's no good news here. You are looking at an attempted murder charge with a very iffy shot at bail. No pun intended.
It when you get this defeatist attitude.
Defeatist? All right, well, let's go over the facts,
Okay.
shall we? Since that's actually all I am able to deal with. You have admitted to shooting Johnny Zakara and then casually strolling away into the night, leaving the man to die on the sidewalk. Now, you claim it was self-defense, but there is no evidence to corroborate that since Johnny Zakara was not found with a weapon and he has tested negative for gunshot residue. Then, to tighten the screws just a little more, your favorite federal prosecutor and mine, Claire Walsh, has decided to help the authorities by producing a digital recording of you saying that you plan to, wait for it, plead self-defense after shooting Johnny in cold blood.
I gotta tell you, this time I am innocent. I just gotta find a way to prove it. And it would be nice if my attorney would help me instead of giving me another litany of my sins.
Oh, believe me, I plan to defend you to the very best of my abilities. That's my job. It is also my job to make sure you have a clear perception of where you stand in the eyes of the law.
I understand. Get it done. Okay, just figure out a way to prove that I'm telling the truth. Call Jason. Tell him to put Spinelli to work. There might be a surveillance tape that has Johnny holding a gun.
Spinelli, and I can talk to. Jason seems to have disappeared.
What do you mean Jason disappeared?
Well, the last time I saw him, Jason seemed concerned that Sam was going to do something ill-advised in an attempt to help him, and my guess is that's exactly what happened. So now Jason has gone off after Sam, and Sam has disappeared as well.
He's not answering his cell phone?
And his SUV has apparently been abandoned.
It's not like Jason to vanish, at this time.
Okay, well, we don't have the luxury right now, Sonny, of worrying about Jason. You have to think about yourself.
I want to talk to Dante.
No, that's a bad idea.
No.
Dante is a cop who hates you.
Listen, I know that, but he's my son.
Yes! The son that you shot, point blank, in the chest. Does that sound familiar, Sonny? It's the same scenario that you are now in with Johnny. And we in jurisprudence call that a pattern of behavior. The cops use it all the time to trip up criminals. Believe me, Detective Falconeri is the last person you want to be talking to.
You wanted to see me?
Any progress?
Well, I looked over the file. Nothing evidentiary indicates that Johnny was armed.
Johnny had a gun. He pointed it at me, and I shot him in self-defense.
I know that's your story, and you're sticking to it, but there's nothing to back that up. I went to the hospital to question Johnny, but he was unconscious. That was surreal, really, seeing him lying there with the exact same wound I had when you shot me, unarmed.
Totally different situation.
Well, I don't think so. Someone got in your way, you fired first, and regretted it later.
You were unarmed. I knew it. I pulled the trigger anyway, and I'll regret that for the rest of my life. But I'm going to tell you again, and I'll tell you again and again and again. Johnny stopped me on the street, pointed a gun right at me, and I shot him in self-defense.
You keep saying that. The problem we have here is that I don't believe you. You know, I find myself wanting to believe you. I went to the hospital to question Johnny, hoping he'd back you up. That was wishful thinking, but I thought I'd indulge. Then my mother shows up. This quiet, dignified pain, like she knew the drill. Like she knew she had to stay strong for Johnny. And then I realized it's because she'd been there before. At my bedside, when her son was shot, unarmed, point blank.
Totally different situation.
No,
Totally different situation.
That's only in your mind, is it? You just decided to shoot, once again, a guy who couldn't defend himself. No, I'll never forget the look on your face that day. The coldness in your eyes, the grim resolve, the lack of any emotion whatsoever. All I have to do is think of that day, and I know you could have shot Johnny unarmed without even blinking.
I didn't learn anything from shooting you? You're wrong. I learned one of the biggest lessons of my life.